You looking for this?
This is gonna give me my feels, dude.
Just shadows in the starlight, dude. Reminds me of Ahsoka.
The yard could do with a bit of work.
No, it's great. Christ, it's the best house on the block. Never look, never know.
It's weird that Loki's not here, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, see you around, I guess.
Where are you gonna go?
You?
I might just wait here for a little bit. Let time pass.
Dang. If I don't see a jet ski montage, I riot.
That's what it sounds like they're about to do. Wow, dude.
Surely they show what's going to happen with Loki. Oh, I don't like the cut to black. Oh, that's so cool. Is he hearing the echoes from all the timelines?
Dude, this gives me chills.
Dude, dude, I think he can hear the echoes from the timelines. Look, yeah, because he's smiling. I think he can hear what Melis just saying.
That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Welcome back to BoomShot. I'm Kale, and Colby is sad.
I'm literally, I feel my eyes watering right now.
Dude, Loki Season 2, Episode 6. Glorious Purpose.
And that it was.
Full circle. Spoiler warning, if you haven't seen the episode, again, you would be doing yourself just a massive disservice if you haven't watched it. So go watch that, come back, and let's go ahead and jump right into this starting now. We don't really have a set script for this one. What'd you think, man?
Oh, it was beautiful. I like that point you made there at the end. Was like he heard what Mobius said there echoed through the timelines, and he heard it. And to me, that was just like his, like really who became like one of his best friends. He heard that he finally went back and got his he's can be with his family, and he gave that little smirk, dude.
Yeah,
that's just. And then what Mobius said about let time pass. Mm-hmm. He hasn't had time has never passed for him as far as he can remember.
Yeah.
So he just wants to sit there and literally let time pass, which I think has a whole meaning to it because time is so valuable. But anyways, it's just beautiful.
I'll have to say they cooked.
Oh, they cooked.
Yeah. So episode rating. What do you give it?
I think it's a 10, man.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about it was just perfect. I love how they took us back to He Who Remains, like the original season 1, multiple points in it, but especially at the end in episode 6, that he knew all along that Loki was going to come back. And I think the best point I've seen thus far is from our friend Eli on stream.
Yeah.
When He Who Remains said, "See you soon," to what we thought was to Sylvie about his Kang variants, he was saying it to Loki, "See you soon."
Yeah.
I will see you soon. Not my variants. I will see you soon. And that just...
It was just, it's perfect, dude. Like the way that they incorporated the original ending and kind of rewrote it in a sense that... I don't guess they rewrote it. I hope they had that in mind at the very beginning when they were originally writing it. But to bring that back and be like, nah, I'm talking to you. And like, so Loki's time slipping and he's able to time slip and he's basically gone through thousands of years at this point. This whole episode follows as he's trying to figure out how he can basically really have his cake and eat it too. And he's caught between 3 different dilemmas. He's like, it's either he figures out that the time or that the temporal loom is just this device that is a failsafe that resets all timelines except for the sacred one and allows the TVA to be built up from the ground. He can either take over He Who Remains position and basically become the new He Who Remains, but he has to kill Sylvie, or he can destroy the loom and let time happen from there.
Yeah.
And what I don't really even know the consequence of that one, like if he didn't do what he did. But
he couldn't have his cake and eat it too in that scenario, is because I mean he can't go back to a timeline. He can't be with anybody he loves anymore.
Yeah.
It was really the selfless option that I don't even know if He Who Remains even considered it an option.
Mm-hmm.
Because he literally is just sitting there, and like you said, that's what made me so emotional when we were just watching that. Is like he heard his friend happy,
and he doesn't get to be there.
Yeah,
and he knows that, like, I mean, it's funny because this whole season he was arguing. He was like, Mobius doesn't want to go back to his timeline.
Yeah,
like Mobius doesn't want to go back to where he was like
true,
originally.
yeah.
And so, like, now to be at the very end of it all and like holding it all together, and he sees and he hears that like Mobius is gonna let time pass. He knows that he's gone back to his timeline, and it makes him like, it brings him joy, because we were talking about on the stream that like it's got to be thankless work, man. Like like, how do you not get bored sitting at the end of time holding the infinite multiverses all together? And then we were thinking about that when we watched that, like, it's like it probably doesn't, because like he's hearing echoes from all of these things, and especially from voices he's familiar with. But it's got to be something like where the people that he knows that are like thankful that he was able to do that. It's got to be rewarding in that sense. So
yeah,
one of the most selfless acts of the MCU we've ever seen, and probably the most, honestly.
Oh yeah, I mean, it literally impacts any other thing we've ever seen. I mean, everything would have collapsed if he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Or all of the other branches except the Sacred Timeline, or he would have had to kill Sylvie. He figured out the option where the only loser is him.
Yeah, I was about to say that he didn't even get to have his cake or eat it. He like there wasn't one or the other. He lost on both of those. He is separated permanently from his friends forever, and he's not without Sylvie. Like he wanted to be with Sylvie, but like didn't want to kill his friends. Like, so it like that's the whole point.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's very poetic in that sense.
Yeah, and also it's poetic because the episode title is Glorious Purpose, which he was looking for 11 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
He finally found it. And it's not like you said on stream, it's not what he was looking for. There's no fame involved in it. He doesn't get thanked for it. But his glorious purpose is holding everything together.
Yeah.
And it's the exact opposite of what he thought his glorious purpose was going to be.
Which was ruling everything. Yeah. And so now, it's like weird because now he's, in a sense, he's become an eternal servant.
Yeah.
Of everybody. But that's the cool part about it, is that he's... it's not, his glorious purpose was not what he thought. And in talking about Loki's overarching story from episode 1, even from like Thor 1 and Avengers 1, how he wanted to go that, like, his story is so tightly knit. It's got to be one of the best character arcs we've seen in the MCU.
Yeah, and our guy Will on the stream said it was the best, and I'd have to do some thinking, but I think it could be the number one arc that we've seen. I mean, and they made some good points in the stream too. I mean, it was beautiful, man. It's just perfect. Yeah,
it was so good. This whole episode was so good. Loki as a whole was so good.
Yeah.
As a series, because it's unconfirmed, but we're both speculating that the series is done.
Yeah, I think Loki. Lofison, our Loki, I feel like his storyline is done until further notice.
Yeah.
But I think if they do, because it did say season finale, not series, I think if they do another season, it would follow Sylvie because she's still Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Loki, so... And also, we don't know what's going to happen with Renslayer.
Yeah.
So that was another big cliffhanger. So I think if they did a season 3, it wouldn't be so much about Loki... It'd be more about Sylvie, so...
Yeah, and it'll honestly probably be more like what we thought this season was going to be about, which was finding King variants. But it'll probably be like finding and exposing King variants, and the whole thing that happened with Renslayer is an interesting story too. But whether or not like she's about to get eaten by Eliath or like whatever Eliath, I guess he just like disintegrates people. But
because that's how he who remains won the multiversal wars, he tamed Goliath. So
Didn't she tame Goliath?
that's true. Yeah, we did kind of. Was it episode 4? We found out that she was the general. So there's still a lot to be found there with like her past and in general. And it could replay. Ooh, what if she does it again?
Yeah.
What if Goliath remembers her?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so then that's the key for her as a party trying to get back into this.
Yeah, it was like the worst thing Sylvie could have done is send her back to the most powerful
being that we know of. Yeah.
But Sylvie didn't know that, obviously. And neither did Renslayer at the time.
Yeah.
But Miss Minutes probably reinformed her about what was going on.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there's something to be said with that. Let us know what you guys think about that. But as a show, Loki is a 10 out of 10, dude. It's fantastic.
Yeah, season 1, 10 out of 10. Season 2, 10 out of 10. And this episode, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think, and we were talking about this on the stream, how it has it's very self-contained, and it has ramifications on the MCU because of like just the show in general.
Yeah, because of the self-contained story.
Yeah, because it's self-contained story instead of the writers writing the story to have broader and like. It just happened passively because of a great story instead of happened actively because they were trying to push something forward. And I think that's so perfect because it has its own lore, it has its own like story. You're invested in the characters. Like Loki's probably he might have breached my top 10 characters of all time.
Yeah.
By this show just alone. So that just goes to show you, man, how incredible this show has been. We're high on it for sure. So. But literally, I guess that's. You got any last thoughts?
Something else we floated out there, and if maybe we know the Loki writers, misdirect us, which is awesome. Like at the end of season 1, we thought he was just giving up, but no, he knew all along. Mm-hmm. So maybe if it's not Goliath, we're meant to believe that it didn't actually show Goliath. It could be a Kang variant because we know that's what the TVA knows is coming and has to fend off.
Yeah.
So she could team up with a Kang variant, and that's what we saw at the end there. And she, like you said on the stream, would be the one that knows what's going on and wants to get revenge.
Yeah.
Because nobody else in like the other timelines knows about the TVA, and she does. So.
Yeah, that's true. She has the insider information, which would make her very useful, and that would fit right in with her. Working with Kang, if Kang is still a thing, we're not really sure what the future for Kang looks like in the MCU.
Yeah, I guess that's the other thing is like it's open ended. So if they wanted to just do Marvel Spotlight stuff for a while, they can slow down a little bit. I think they've talked about slowing production down a little bit, and they could also, like we talked about on stream, bring in Doom or something. I mean, it's open. We didn't see Kang at the end at all, but it still could be Kang too. So I mean. I want the people who did this show to do a lot of stuff moving forward.
Yeah, literally.
Because I feel like they have a good vision. So, but anyways, as far as this episode and season and show,
perfect. It was perfect. Everything down to the last minute detail.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that pretty much wraps up our thoughts about it. And if you want, I guess, some more conglomerated thoughts, you can go rewatch the stream when we post it. But. Yeah, that was
fun, man. But yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff, which you may enjoy too. So
yeah, exactly. So but anyway, let us know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching us, watching the episodes, watching us react to the episodes throughout the whole series, and until the next show.
Yeah. Thanks. It's been a fun ride, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.